Welcome to the 6th installment of the Reliability Video Series. The first 5 modules of the Reliability Video Series introduce the steps for you to take to consider these varying conditions as you undertake a reliability analysis for your project. This final installment explores the final step of the project, summarizing and presenting analysis results so that they can be communicated to your audience. In this module, you will discover how to process large amounts of output data that are typical of reliability analyses, produce various performance measures and visualizations, and understand the usefulness of each. Anticipate which presentation methods will be most effective based on your project, alternatives, and audience. In Module 5, the process of performing a predictive analysis was presented. This analysis step produced massive amounts of data that quantify the performance of each scenario or alternative. The next step is to turn this data into meaningful information so that you can share it with the audience for your project. Transportation investments are significant. To make a responsible investment decision, we need to know how a facility or operational strategy will perform under a range of conditions. Communicating your reliability results is an extremely important step of the process, making all of the previous analysis steps worthwhile. Visualizations convey the meaning of complex data simply and effectively to help stakeholders make policy decisions or implement operational plans. There are several approaches you can use to communicate the reliability results of your analysis, including statistical measures, charts and graphics, and colorful visualizations. The data produced by Reliability Tools covers all of the predictive results in the reliability space for your analysis. These include the volumes and travel times for all intervals throughout the analysis period, as well as when influence factors like weather, crashes, and roadwork were present. All of this data can be challenging for an individual to absorb and communicate. It can be visualized across a few dimensions at a time with heat maps. While these are useful for gaining perspective on overall operations and as an important diagnostic tool, these 3D approaches do not lend themselves to direct or quantitative comparisons between alternatives. Charts and graphs summarize performance along a few dimensions of reliability space. This could include the distribution of travel times over the entire year, or perhaps just during peak periods on weekdays. Cumulative density function graphs are useful for comparing reliability performance among alternatives. Bar graphs or pie charts can illustrate travel times and delays according to the influence factors that were present at each time period. Finally, statistical measures describe the reliability results by summarizing key data points from the charts and graphs into single numerical values. Several common statistical measures include the planning time index and the buffer index. These measures capture important reliability benchmarks, like the 95th percentile, which represents the worst day out of 20, and helps travelers to plan their commutes. The final step in the reliability analysis is using outputs from the earlier analysis procedures to develop useful and meaningful study results. Fortunately, tools are available for the express purpose of assisting you with this step, such as travel time reliability monitoring systems and trajectory processor. The effort required to derive reliability results from analysis outputs can vary based on the analysis type and tool used. Other statistics and database applications can also be beneficial for summarizing reliability results. Now that you are familiar with the methods for summarizing reliability and some tools to help with this process, here are some more details on how to interpret the results of your analysis and considerations for sharing them with your audience. Specific formulations of statistical measures can be illustrated by comparing where the values are found on travel time distribution graphs. This provides a better understanding of the proportion of travel times that range from free flow to significantly delayed. Some of the more commonly used performance measures for travel time reliability include the travel time index, buffer index, the probability of on-time arrival, planning time index, percentile travel times, and misery index. An effective strategy is to relate the reliability predictions to real-world examples. One way you can do this is to tie the predicted distribution of travel times to typical commuter experiences. Specifically, the buffer index and planning time index can be useful to describe reliability. These relate the 95th percentile to the average travel time and free-flow travel time, respectively. Statistical measures are useful when results must be kept very concise, or you are presenting outcomes to a well-informed audience that understands reliability concepts. For example, statistical measures are often appropriate for documenting reliability in a report made up of several performance measures. To communicate results effectively, analysts should aspire to present the distribution of data using more descriptive and compelling imagery to engage your audience. Travel time thermometers summarize the range of travel times similar to a probability or cumulative distribution curve, but use colors to easily depict the travel times. This makes it easy for the audience to interpret whether travel times are primarily free flow, mostly congested, or spread over a range, which indicates poor reliability. Other types of charts and graphs include radar plots, throughput bar charts, and many others. As reliability is still maturing in the transportation field, there is significant opportunity for new ways to illustrate performance. Visualizations can be the most powerful way to communicate reliability results, as they can efficiently represent significantly more of the underlying analysis data, while also being intuitive to interpret by your audience. Commonly used visualizations include heat maps showing patterns in travel times over time, over space, or both. These illustrations have proven effective in communicating reliability performance. Use of colors, often the typical green, yellow, and red, allow the viewer to easily identify when conditions range from good to bad. This allows for simple comparisons between alternatives, allowing even less technical readers to conclude that Alternative A is better than Alternative B. In addition to the colors, graphics can be annotated to highlight important thresholds or observations in the data. This will help emphasize key findings of the analysis and assist individuals with color blindness. The analysis performed for Interstate 95 in Broward County, Florida, is a successful example of using visualization to communicate reliability. This analysis examined the use of travel time reliability predictive tools in the Florida Department of Transportation's Project Development and Environmental Process Studies. The Interstate 95 corridor from Oakland Park Boulevard to Glades Road was studied in this project. The approach for predicting travel time reliability for project alternatives was to calibrate and prepare a reliability model using methods in the 6th edition of the Highway Capacity Manual. The cumulative distribution functions show that the resulting travel time index distribution for the year 2040 build scenario is similar to that of the existing scenario. The year 2040 no-build scenario, however, results in a travel time index almost double that of the build scenario. The average vehicle would suffer a 4-fold deterioration in travel times, with a much higher rate of variability and uncertainty during the afternoon peak period. In this module, we learned about the 3 methods of summarizing reliability output data, trade-offs between more and less complex approaches for summarizing results, recommended presentation methods based on your project, alternatives, and audience. This video series has outlined each of the essential steps to performing a reliability analysis. These include observing the system, selecting an analysis tool, collecting data for the analysis, preparing the data for the analysis, performing the predictive analysis, summarizing and communicating results. These steps give you the knowledge you need to evaluate travel time reliability in your traffic analysis project. More technical resources are available at the links in the credits of this video.